Hi everyone, and welcome back to the Botanical Witch. Today I wanted to show you how to make a very simple, grounding and protective salt bowl. This one in particular is really great for those that are empaths like myself and just need that little extra boost of grounding and protective energy. So come sit for a spell and let's get started. The first thing that you'll need for this is some type of bowl. I'm using a wooden bowl because I'm trying to stay grounded, and to me, this bamboo comes from the earth. You'll also need some type of salt. I'm using Dead Sea salt. You'll want to choose crystals that call out to you and correspond with grounding and protective energy. I'm using amethyst, and I'm using this for its calming and soothing properties. It also helps to heal both yourself and those around you. Then I'm using citrine, and I love using this in my salt bowls because it just brings joy, good fortune, and it enhances personal power and can help combat negative energy. And lastly, I am using a clear quartz. This is an all-purpose, all-around healing stone and can protect and cleanse negative energy. Next, I decided to add a couple of small pine cones. And in magic, this symbolizes regeneration in life as well as physical and psychological wounds. Pine cones also represent to me a grounding energy because the pine tree in itself is a very strong grounding tree. Before we start making this salt bowl, it's a really good idea to cleanse your sacred space and the crystals and all of the tools that you'll be using. Again, we have a bowl with Dead Sea salt or any type of salt that you have on hand. The first ingredient that I'm going to be using is rose petals. These are really good for gently calming and relaxing the racing thoughts that you have in your head, and is very good for empaths. Before I add it to my bowl, I bless and thank each herb for its aid in this spell. Next, I'm adding chamomile, and this is great for calming. It aids in relaxation, eases depression, anxiety, and insomnia, and it's just a great herb to use to help calm that anxious energy you have in your body. Next up is the tried and true plant lavender, and I'm using this for its soothing properties, and it helps to alleviate anxiety. And as an empath, I get very anxious with different emotions, and lavender seems to help calm that for me. Next up, I'm using dried rosemary. And this plant is a very well-known plant used in witchcraft, mostly for protection. But just the smell of rosemary is very grounding to me. So not only am I using it for its aroma, but I'm using it for that protective energy as well. Next up, I'm using dandelion root, and this helps to detoxify and helps to release any built up anger, fear, or emotion. And as we know it, dandelion is a very strong plant. You'll see it growing between cracks in concrete, on hillsides, anywhere, and the roots are very, very strong. So this is a very good grounding plant to use. Next, I'm using wild cherry bark, and cherry wood is very centering and it has really great grounding energy. It's also used in magic for intuition and insight and to overcome obstacles. Next, I'm using the actual dandelion flower, and I'm mostly using this for its bright and cheery color. It brings my heart joy just looking at this flower. But like I said before, dandelion is a very strong, centering, and grounding plant. This is the stage where I add my beautiful pine cones to my salt bowl, but if you don't have access to these, feel free to leave them out completely. Now you can take the crystals that you've chosen and place them in your salt bowl any way that calls to you. This is the point where I like to wrap my hands around my bowl and on top of the bowl and infuse this with my energy and my intent of staying grounded, centered, and protected. You can also say a personal incantation if you choose, but that is it. That's all you need to do to make your grounding and protective salt bowl. Place this salt bowl anywhere that you're going to see it. I like to put this on my table next to my front door so that when I come through the house, I can be with that energy. I can stick my fingers in it if I need to feel grounded and protected, or just place my hands over it and feel that grounding energy. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Until next time, have a magical day.